What's up, everybody? September Mascot Madness is right around the corner. It starts on September 4th, or tips off on September 4th. We got to keep it basketball themed at 6 p.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/Shawnosaurus Don't forget you can fill out your brackets now. That's over at Challonge. That's CHALLONGE.com/SEPT, S-E-P-T, Mascot Madness. I thought that was the abbreviation for September, but most of the abbreviations I've been looking at lately have it as SEP, so I'm just throwing an extra T in there for fun. So in order to get hyped for that, I thought it would be fun to count down the 5 best mascot games from the March Mascot Madness tournament held back in March. It's in the title of it. In today's game, the number 5 game of the tournament is from the Elite 8, and it features Duke at Florida. Please enjoy. Duke at Florida. But first, one last time, we gotta get fueled up, baby. Got a little, you can't see it because I don't have it fueled up. A little game fuel. A little ASMR here to start the stream. Oh, that's good. Sprayed me right in the face. Yeah. One of these teams is going to the Mascot Final Four. And personally, I hope it is the Gators. We'll put them on All-American. 10-minute sideline cam. Now that all the brackets and all that stuff's caught up, let's play, or watch. No plan. Let's watch some basketball. Thanks for hanging out on this Sunday afternoon. Hopefully you're having a good day. I watched a little bit of March Madness this morning. It was pretty good. Watched a little bit on the men's side and watched a little bit on the women's side. Defensive foul right off the top. Good job, Florida. So here we go. Game number 1. Duke off to an early lead, 1-0. An insurmountable 2 points now. 2-0. Duke employing the full court press. Florida looked very good against Gonzaga yesterday. Gonzaga really struggled. Oh, missed. That was taken away. That wasn't a steal necessarily. That was just a really errant pass. It's still a turnover, but looked like that guy kind of grabbed it from under the rim. That was odd. Anyway, it's 4-0 now. Florida got off to a very slow start yesterday. I realize I'm watching on the preview monitor and not the monitor that displays the game immediately in front of me. Also going to make sure that my microphone doesn't get unplugged today. Hopefully it looks and sounds okay. Should. I feel like I'm starting to get it nailed down. At least as far as the mascot tournament games are concerned. Bum, bum, bum. Duke back at the line. Now up. It's at 6-0. Florida fell behind 8-0. Duke still working that full court press. Now Duke's really running a full court press. Some of the other teams like to just run a single player down and contest, but Duke likes to have 3 or 4 people on the other side of the court try and force an errant pass. We saw, who was it? We saw one of the teams yesterday pretty successful at breaking through. So that was nice. Duke jump shot for 2 makes it 8-3. So it's not quite as bad of a start for Florida as it was yesterday. They got some points on the board. It's down to 5. We'll see kind of what they do here if they try and stick with those threes. They have good 3-point shooters. Wide open from the corner, no good. Just a little, slightly too much power on it. But some good basketball on today. They were flipping back and forth on ESPN2. Had the women's tournament going, and they were flipping back and forth between Florida State and South Carolina, and then Marquette and Texas A&M. And it was super weird because every time one of the teams would take a timeout, they'd flip to the other game, and that team was coming out of a timeout, and they basically were exchanging like little like 45-second chunks of game back and forth. It was incredible the way it was working out. But good games, good finishes to games. I didn't get to watch much of it. They were playing the Iowa and Missouri game, and that game was pretty close through about 3 quarters, but Iowa really pulled away in the 4th quarter, so they switched it to different games. And then on the men's side, Tennessee blew a 25-point lead to Iowa, who went into overtime and wasn't able to win. So we'll see what Tennessee does in the Sweet 16. Florida, they brought it to within 3. 8-point deficit is like not much of a deficit at all with this Florida Gators group. Running that 3 offensive rebound, tipped in and good. 7:03 left. We're 8-7. Don't sleep on the Gators, or near Gators, because they're very dangerous animals. Duke getting dangerously close to that backcourt violation. We've already seen one today. In the opening, what was that, first quarter? Florida runs the floor and unable to convert on the easy layup. Good defense by the Blue Devils to get just enough to affect the shot. Out of bounds on the Duke end. It remains a 1-point Duke lead. And Florida gets the offensive rebound. Duke up 3. Florida unable to get their first lead of the game. They can tie it up this trip down the court. So we have a good selection of games today. We have Duke and Florida, and then we have LSU visiting Iowa State, Louisville taking on Ohio, and Alabama at Memphis. And that's just the first half of the stream. To think we could see the Ohio Bobcats and the Alabama Crimson Tide, Bobcats versus Elephants, in the Final Four. Right now we have Duke with a 5-point lead. Nice little inside play there. Florida doesn't seem to be doing very well in their defensive rebounding. They're really going for threes here. Live by the 3, die by the 3. I hope they live by the 3, because I'd like to stop watching the Duke Blue Devils play basketball. Because their mascot is dumb and I don't like them that much. Duke, by the way, currently, last I saw, I should say, they were tied up in their game against UCF. And that, by last time I saw, I mean, I walked by in the living room and it was on. I wasn't, like, really watching. Setting up for the stream. 1 for 2 on the free throws. Duke Duke up by 4. Florida looks like they're going to try a little full court defense. And so we get to see both styles of the full court aspect of it. Duke running multiple people trying to create traps with double team traps and forcing errant passes. And then we see Florida just running one guy up the court with them. Duke looks like they've switched to that as well. I don't think it's picking up on the microphone, but it's very loud downstairs. In reaction to the game that's happening. Not here, but in real life. So 14-8. 6-point game. Florida working it around. Duke playing good defense. We've seen that more the last couple of streams. Florida's going to have to just jack up a 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound is good, and that dunk goes down. So they're shooting 22.2% from the floor, and they had missed 4 consecutive shots. Most of them were threes. I think 3 of the 4 were threes. I think there was one layup that was missed, but they've really been heaving it from deep. It hasn't been paying off. See if their defense can settle in here. Just need a stop or two. Right, we're going to find out the champion today. Good. I'm glad you're ready to enjoy the stream. I hope you do enjoy the stream. I enjoy doing them. I hope people enjoy watching them. Florida with another 3. There they go. They can't be shooting well from beyond the arc, but they only need a couple. Duke still up 1. Florida never led in this game. It hasn't even actually been tied, so we'll see if we get that 1 point lead exchange here. Florida first needs to play defense a little bit. Up over the dropped shoulder, and it's back up to a 3 point lead. Florida doing a good job of staying with the Blue Devils. We saw this yesterday when they played Gonzaga, that imaginary school from that fake town that doesn't exist. Even when they were down 8 or 10, it never really felt like they were out of the game. I mean, I didn't give them enough credit, but they fought back and they brought it back, and that looks like it's... Oh, thought it might have been called an offensive foul, but instead it just ends up as a steal. He lost control of the ball. Duke getting dangerously close to that backcourt violation. Not once, but twice. I think they were trying to run him to the sweet spot on the court. And Duke gets the friendly roll. It's up and in. Florida down 5. Finding themselves in a little bit of a hole here. 2.5 to go. First game of the tournament. Or first game of the day. I think this is game number 53 or something absurd. 55? 56. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. No, 55. Game number 55. God. It's a lot to think about. Like, obviously you break it into chunks of like 8 games at a time. Like, that adds up really quickly. But 55 games. Something exciting is happening downstairs. Duke with a nice rejection down low. I think that's the first... No, we've had to have seen more blocks down low. Duke up 5. Easy. Oh, no. It's been so effective, those quick passes inside. But it didn't work that time. And Florida can't get a shot to go down, and they're still down 5. Nice steal by the Gators. Some good hands there. Good quick hands. Florida throws it right back. Duke looking to take advantage. Had a guy open in the corner. Still has a guy open in the corner. Kind of surprised they went inside. They had 2 guys open for 3, but they elected not to go to either of them. Converts an easy 2, though. And it's now a 7-point lead. So Duke with their largest lead of the game at 22-15. Florida with a 3. They respond to cut it down to a 2-score game. 22-18. We're 1 point away on either end from a 23-19 game. So it doesn't look likely. We didn't have one yesterday. I think we've only had like 2 in the total tournament. It's a very specific score. Duke going for 3, and the contested 3 is up and good. So it's back to a 7-point game. Florida, opportunity to hold for the final shot. Duke played a little bit of a full court press. You're going to bait the Gators to go back over the line. And that's a wasted opportunity. Because the Gators are going to get the ball first. So they had a 2-for-1 opportunity. They still have it. You just have to work up the court quickly. A little bit quicker than that. You want to get an extra couple of steps before you have to jack up a 3 by the center. That is not good. Just not good at all by the Florida Gators. They had the guy they wanted. They had a guy with a little 3-point specialty icon. But they instead gave it up to the center who was open. But a center shooting a 3 is not common in this game. Or making a 3, I should say. So 25-20. Florida with a nice quick 2 to get on the board here. They can't get a defensive rebound. That's what you have to have. There were like 3 Gators hanging out down there, and none of them could get it. So Duke regains their 7-point lead. Surprising. Okay, didn't go for the dunk. That's fine. Worked out okay, but was able to slip behind the defense and get the 2 points. So just exchanging twos back and forth here. As Duke steps back across the line. And the Blue Devils turn the ball over back to the Gators, looking to cut it to a 1-score game here. Can't do it. It's off the front iron. No good. Duke defensive rebound. It is what the hell is happening? Duke in. Up and good. So they back up 7. So it's been for a while. It was like a 1-3, 1-3. Now then it was 3-5, 3-5. Now it's 5-7, 5-7. Kind of nursing that lead a little bit, making sure that Florida doesn't have much of an opportunity to make a comeback. Because when Florida was down to Gonzaga, they were down 8-0 early. Oh, pardon me. Oh, they got him backcourt again. They were down 8-0 early, and they were able to make a 10-point comeback to make it a 2-point game in favor of Florida. Florida with a deep 3. Oh, and just like that is a 2-point game. 29-27. We have 2 shades of blue going at it today, which is kind of weird because I guess his hat's blue. The alligator's little hat is the only blue. Well, there's the F on it. I really lost that argument to myself there. There isn't any blue on the gator. I'm like, well, no, there's an F and his hat. But, hey, don't worry about it, man. You'll figure it out. Offensive foul. It's going to go Duke ball. So 2-point lead. Florida really had a nice opportunity there to tie it. I don't believe it's been tied. Wiley shot ties it up, so that's our first tie that I have noticed since it was 0-0. Florida has not led in this game at any point. Duke got out to a quick 6-0 lead, and Florida's kind of chipped away slow and steady to bring themselves back to within one score. I said that like there was more to that sentence, but there wasn't. If you score 5 points in 1 minute, I will donate $5. I'm not playing. We're just watching. Drops it into the center, down 2. Also, I think 5 points in 1 minute is an impossibility in this game. They really like to take their time. Blocked away, out of bounds. Dude, no. $31 all here in the game. 5.5 minutes, a little under 5.5 minutes left in in the first game of our series. Oh, up and in. So it's going to be an and one opportunity. And Florida looks like they're going to have their... Oh, they have their first lead of the game. My apologies. I got a little distracted. 33-31. Now 34-31. So Duke down 3. 5:09. Shout out to Washington State. (31-34). That was an errant pass. Looked like they were going for him, but he just didn't jump to grab it. Don't go back across the line. They were really working for it. Got him up. Contact inside, up and in. So Florida now extends out to a 5-point lead. Nice inside pass, and Duke will get a 2 to make it a one-score game, down 3. 36-33. I have noticed the games have been a little bit less, a little bit lower scoring, I should say. Florida with a nice deep 3. And it's 39-33, so 6-point game. 3:48 left. They went back across the line. Oh no. Oh no. Duke falling apart. Florida doing a good job at hanging around enough in games to take leads late. Getting a defensive foul. And it's a 5-point game. Oh, offensive rebound. That's been Florida's Achilles heel here in this game. So instead of a 1-point play, it's a 3-point play. Kind of the odd way to get a 3-point play, which is a front end free throw miss, followed by, a front end free throw make, followed by a miss, followed by an offensive rebound, followed by a steal. And remember when I said that they can't score 5 points in a minute? Well, I was lying. So with about 3 minutes remaining in the game, Duke is down 1. 39-38. (41-38) now. 3-point game. Miss on the Duke end of the floor. Three-point field goal. Oh, nice closeout defense by Duke. (41-38). We approach the 2-minute warning. Florida trying for another 3, blocked yet again. Duke steals it away. Passes ahead. And it's up and good. So uh-oh. Florida's broken. They're stuck there. They didn't. Oh, a 10-second half court. That's the first one we've seen of that, and it could cost the Gators a shot at the Final Four. 10-second violation. He got weirdly caught up on some angles there or something. I don't know what the hell happened there, but didn't pass the ball up fast enough. And fortunately for Florida, their defense took over and gave them an opportunity for a fast break, which ended in a 3-point play. So it's 4:42. I'm sorry, that's what time it actually is. It's 44:40. I was looking at the wrong thing. Duke up, no good. Looking for the 3-point play of their own. .44-42. Under a minute and a half to go. Duke will take a timeout. 1:15 left down. One score game. They don't need a 3. They do need to make sure they don't go back across the court or the half court line. Back outside. Nobody really in the key. Oh, Duke with a huge 3 to take a 1-point lead. 45-44. Florida will take a timeout. And with 54.2 seconds to go, it's a 1-point Duke Blue Devil lead. See what Florida has drawn up here. Duke sticking with what works, that full court defense. Full court defense really slowed Florida. It took them about 8 seconds to get across that line. So even without the help of the glitch in the corner, you can't have that now. Even with the glitch in the corner, it still has taken Florida a considerable amount of time. Nice. Oh, no foul is called. The offensive rebound is up. No good. It's blocked. It's still out of bounds. There's no shot clock. It's still Florida ball is what I meant to say. It's out of bounds. The center is not going to take that shot. They threw it away. Florida, no. Florida, Florida, Florida. Oh, the front end was no good. Florida can take a timeout. 15 seconds remaining. I was worried that Florida's weakness, which has been defensive rebounding for some reason, you got to go up the floor just a little bit faster. You're under 10 seconds now. You got to go. You got to go. 6. 3. They're going to jack up a 3 at the buzzer. No, they're going to lose the game, and we have to watch the Blue Devils again. Damn it. Damn it, Florida. They just couldn't get there. Damn it. So there you have it, a 1-point Duke victory, 45-44 over Florida. Unfortunately, that was the end of the road for Florida, who made it to the Elite Eight in the first tournament. Florida will look to get to the Final Four. They tip off against Baylor on the second day of the September Mascot Tournament against Baylor. As for Duke, they continued their winning ways and took home the title. They will begin their title defense on day 2 against UConn, and there is a potential rematch for these teams in the Elite Eight. Again, they got put in the same region area, so that could be interesting if everything goes right. So where do you think Duke and Florida will finish this next tournament in September? I don't know. You can tell me what you think by either leaving your comment down below or going on over to Challonge, that's CHALLONGE.com/sept, SEPT, Mascot Madness, and you can fill out a bracket and predict to figure out where you think they're going to go. Is Duke going to repeat as champion? I really hope not, because that wouldn't be very good for variety's sake. Will Florida make it to the Final Four? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Be sure to tune in on September 4th at twitch.tv/ShaunosaurusRex at 6 p.m. to watch all the action unfold.